If you're watching this video and have not attended this session, be sure to scan the QR code, fill out the form to record your attendance. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to our session 2, part B, which is gonna be the practical demonstration based on what we learned in the first and second sessions. I just want to point out one thing. Next week, we're probably not gonna have any sessions because of the midterms. So yeah. For the agenda of today's session, we're gonna go through networking because it kind of relates to cybersecurity. The hacking methodology, we've already went through that in the first session. We're gonna go through it again just for the idea to stick in our heads because we're gonna also demonstrate it in the practical part. And also the common vulnerabilities that are found and introduction to Linux, how to use it, how to interact with it, and then the practical demonstration on a CTF. To start, what is a CTF? Because I've been asked this question by many people, especially AI students. So can anyone just define what a CTF is?
Capture the flag. It's like you're trying to hack in something, and like it's a small system or anything that you're trying to find a flag in that system until you reach that point where you find the flag when you hack.
Somewhat, that's a complicated definition. But anyhow, CTF is basically a machine that has a vulnerability. You're supposed to exploit it, right? Those machines are typically found on platforms such as Hackbox, TryHackMe, and most of them are demonstrated in competitions, events, right? So why was it named under Capture the Flag? Because sometimes when there's a competition for cybersecurity, there would be a machine, a couple of people, teams, dozens, participate on those machines, and there would be a flag inside those machines. So once you exploit the machine, you're supposed to prove that you've exploited and captured and compromised the machine. There would be a flag in the form of a hash in the desktop or whatever it is. You're supposed to find it just to prove that you've hacked the machine. That's the whole point of Capture the Flag. So going back to our hacking methodology, again, we've went through this in the first session, but I'm gonna go through it again because we're going to demonstrate each phase in the practical demonstration. So we got the reconnaissance, basically you gathering information, whether indirectly or directly from the target. And once you find or have sufficient information about the target, you're going to try to find vulnerabilities at the scanning and enumeration stage. If your information or the information that you've got from the target are sufficient, that's where you're going to find vulnerabilities. If they're not, you're going to iterate back to the first phase and try to get more information about the target. And then you're going to try to gain initial access by exploiting the vulnerability that you found in the enumeration stage. Afterwards, you're going to try to maintain that access by installing backdoors. Backdoors are basically payloads that are installed in target systems. They give you access whenever you need to, once you pull out from the attack. And then covering your tracks, so you want to be stealth and undetected while you're attacking. And lastly, post-exploitation, which is you laterally pivoting through the network to gain access to more authorized systems. One of the important concepts in networking or cybersecurity is networking. They're both connected to each other. It's just like honey and a bee, right? So there is an important concept in networking. Many of you might have known it already. It's called OSI model. It has 7 layers. Each layer is designated for a specific function throughout the network. But we're going to solely focus on the 4th layer, because that's again going to be related to our practical demonstration. So the 4th layer kind of deals with ports, services. Services are tasks or programs that are supposed to run in the background of machines. Examples to that would be HTTP. We use it a lot in browsing. HTTPS, which is the variant of HTTP secure. Each service is designated for a specific port, right? And those versions are important because, again, if there is an outdated version or a patched version, there is definitely vulnerability for that. So we got to focus on the version of those services. Then we've got 2 common protocols used in the 4th layer, TCP and UDP, not to get in too depth in those protocols, but they have their differences. There are lots of tools when it comes to networking, trying to exploit the network. But one of the main tools that we're going to go through, again, this practical demonstration is Nmap. Is used to scan networks, map the networks if the networks are too huge. There are lots of techniques and ways to scan those tools. You can intrusively scan those tools, which means that when you scan using Nmap, it's automatically going to detect vulnerabilities. And if it finds vulnerabilities, it's going to try to exploit those vulnerabilities. Yeah, there are many use cases for that. But some of the commands that we're going to use in the practical demonstrations are two. One is -sc, which allows you to use scripts based on the service that you find in the Nmap, and use those scripts just to gather more information. And there's -sv for you to capture or know the version of that service that is running behind the target. We're going to go through those in the practical. The next slide, there's another concept, which is reverse shell. Let's break this terminology down into two words. There's a reverse. Have you guys ever played Uno before? The arrows that are going through different directions. That is what a reverse. A shell is some maghdoof, or something that you throw. It's supposed to explode, right? You would hear this term a lot if you track the Russian and Ukrainian war. It's the primary weapon they use is a shell. Anyways, when it comes to cybersecurity, it's kind of a different concept. So it is the attacker executing commands on the target machine, which is illustrated here. So basically, the attacker is gonna listen to a port. Again, we explained what a port is. Port is an entry, or a manfad in Arabic, for someone to get into. So he would be open a port and a IP, and be listening to that connection, waiting for someone to connect to it. And that is the target designated on the red. So the target is gonna connect to the attack, and afterwards the attacker is gonna execute commands. You might be wondering, is the target that stupid to connect to the attacker? Again, it might be indirectly. It might be using a virus on the target machine that is gonna try to connect to the attacker's machine, or it can be by any way.
By running a software
or payloads or backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the target machine is going to try to connect the attacker, of course, without the knowledge of the target about this. This is a common way used in backdoors, which are payloads that are supposed to capture the or get access, or give you guys access if you try to again connect to the machine or the target machine. It's used to bypass firewalls, because again the connection is coming out from the target. So it's not going into the target, it's coming out of the target. So firewalls don't really filter those connections that are going out of the target. Next, command injection.
Yeah. Okay, so have you guys heard of command injection before? Do you know what it is? Anyone?
Using SQL language to put some commands in the website. It's like get something from the website by SQL language.
Okay, that's in the next slide. But this one is a bit different, but they do share some similarities. Okay, so basically you guys know about web applications, yeah? So we use them every day. So these web applications, they have input fields. So for example, when you're putting in your name, your email address, or your date of birth, for example, the attacker can use these input fields and manipulate them to execute system-level commands on the web server's operating system. So basically, any web application will be hosted on a web server. And these web servers, they will have their own operating systems. Usually, it will be some form of Linux, right? So basically, what the attacker is trying to do, he's trying to put his own user input with shell commands. So he's trying to concatenate both commands together. The shell command, like for example, like ls-cd, which will be demonstrated by Ali later, and he will put his own user input as well. So he's going to concatenate both. So basically, this is the result of improper sanitization. So, in the software development lifecycle, one of the main parts is that you have to sanitize the user input, right? So, for example, you remove any malicious commands, and you, for example, anticipate any bad commands or any bad characters that the user may insert to take advantage of this specific vulnerability, right? And basically, the attacker is trying to pass his own system commands to the system shell in order to be executed by the operating system. So the operating system, if there's no sanitization, it will take these system commands and then execute them on the web server operating system. This is an example here that I found. It's similar to the example that Ali will do in his in his demo later on. So we have here ping 192.7.0.0.1. Do you guys know what this does?
Sends a request to the IP and how it opens a file for password.
No, I mean just this. Ping 127.0.0.0.
Request to the IP address.
Okay, so this IP address is known as the local host. So basically, what is the local host? It's as if you are pinging your own machine. And by pinging, I mean you are sending ICMP packets. Basically, you're verifying that your machine is connected to the internet, basically, right? And then we have the other part of the command here, cat. Then we have 3 ... then etc password. Do you guys know what this does?
Opens
Directory traversal. Yes, nice.
Nice.
Okay, so basically what the attacker is trying to do here, he's using a system command, right? Shell command, ping 127.0.0.1, and he's concatenating it. So he's doing the cat command, and he's moving 3 folders up, and then he is opening the etc password, right? So opening in Linux is basically cat. So when you like open the contents of the file, this is cat. So this file is incredibly dangerous because it has all of the users and their corresponding passwords on the web server operating system. So basically he can see all of the admins, he can see SQL credentials, like database credentials. And yeah, this is an incredibly dangerous attack actually. So you can see here, ping local machine, and then go up 3 directories and open the user passwords file. So this is a brief introduction about command injection. The next one we have is the SQL injection. So this is the popular one, the most popular, I think, attack. Yeah. So basically what you're doing here is you're using malicious structured query language statements which are inserted into the web app's input field. So you guys know what SQL is? SQL, structured query language? Yes, so it's not a program language, it's a language that's used to interact with SQL databases. So what we're trying to do here is that the attacker will again target the actual input fields, and he will insert, for example, select something from this table, right? So he will select all of the records from a specific table. And basically, this is a result of not using parameterized queries or proper input validation. So again, this is an input validation issue. So the software developers of the web application did not anticipate that, oh wait, this any user can just put a SQL command that will extract information from the database. So input validation is incredibly important to basically stop this attack and the previous attack as well. So yeah, SQL injections, they can be used to manipulate database operations. And here is an example. So you guys can see here. We have a simple form or a simple login page. We have the username and the password. The username, okay, you're gonna put admin, okay? Then you're gonna put this comma. So what does this mean? It means that, okay, the string ends here, right? Then we're gonna put or 1 equals 1. So yeah, 1 equals 1 will always be true. And when you're using or, it means either this or this needs to be true. Exactly. So since this will always be true, then you're gonna put a hash. You're gonna put a hashtag, which is a comment. This is used to comment out the rest of the command, right? So when you comment out the rest of the command, you basically negate the other part of the command. And so since this will always be true, you will always gain access. And it doesn't matter what password you do. Doesn't matter what password, because if you use this, you're gonna gain access straight away. Okay, and here is an example. So this is a normal SQL statement. This is not a malicious one. So we have here select everything from the users table where the username is equal to jsmith and the password is equal to j02342, right? So this is what a normal SQL operation should look like. But here, if the attacker figures out that there's a SQL injection, he can use this specific SQL statement, select all from users, where username equals admin, or 1 equals 1, and then he's gonna comment out all of this. See, and password, this will not be considered. This will not be considered. So only this will be executed. And then he will gain access to the underlying database and he can pull information. And here's a bit more, detail. The hacker identifies the vulnerable SQL-driven website, and he will inject the malicious SQL queries here. And then these malicious SQL queries will actually, this should say, should not be validated, and the command is executed by the database. And then here the hacker is granted access to the underlying database to view and alter records or potentially act as the database admin. So yeah, this is a very, very, very popular web application attack actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mohammed will handle this next one.
We've got a few Linux commands. So the first command is cd, which is changing the directory. And then to check the IP or the configuration network, you would use fconfig. And for displaying the content of the file, you would use cat, which is concatenate, and then the file name. For listing the directories, you've got ls to show the current user that you're using, who am I, and for some shortcuts, because I know some of you guys, or a lot of you guys like shortcuts, copy paste, right? You would use Control-Shift-C for copy and Control-Shift-V to paste. So you just add this shift on the copy and paste. Yep. Now the spicy part.
The spice part.
This is the part that everyone has been waiting for.
I already have.
Ah, you have, okay.
Yeah, I have.
Alas, then I will keep this one, no problem.
Okay, keep
Yeah.
it first. Please.
Okay.
So from here, can you keep it?
Yeah.
This one.
So, let's need to
Is it the place?
just go here. And the show is yours, Habib. Yeah.
Okay. Now, here comes the part where we're all waiting for, how we can say the capability of a penetration testers, how they find vulnerabilities, how they gain access, how they go even beyond, and this will cause the compromising the machine. So, Bismillah, let's begin. Okay. Let's see, what do we have? So, right now I have the terminal with me, and I will explain this later. Okay. So first off, you should know. Let me exit this here as well. So when you open the Kali, so all you have this screen you have. Yeah. Can you see it, guys? Yeah.
Can you show them how you got into the terminal?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
just start from the beginning.
Yeah. Let's start from scratch. You know, why not? So you see this box here is a terminal. Just click it. And is it clear? Everyone can see it. Yeah. Wait. How about now? Nice.
Yep. Can we access the virtual machines? So we can follow up?
I think it's better if you guys first see the demo, then we will check.
Yeah. So the first thing you want to do, I always, recommend. So always, try to be in a sudo. So you can use a sudo su, where here you put the password. The password is a Kali, Kali, the ice cream, and yep.
Okay.
Now you're in the root. Okay. The first thing you want to do to scan. No, not first scan. To see the machines. I want to find the machines in this network. So what I can do, I can say nmap.
Yep.
Good job. Yep. Nmap. And SN for to finding all the hosts in the network. And SV for what? Can anyone recall what we just?
Yes, service version.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And the whole subnet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole subnet. So it will be 192.168.40.0 and /24.
Yeah.
So again, what we calling that, this is called the prefix, you know that. So
Yep.
does all of you know what is the networking? Did you guys took networking? Raise your hand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So no one knows about networking, it's fine. So this is called prefix. Basically, I'm scanning for all the possibility IPs that exist in this network. So let's try it. It's starting. It will take a couple of seconds. Yes.
What does the /24 represent?
Yeah, the network.
Yeah, so that's the /24 is called the subnet mask, right? And basically the subnet mask will identify part of the IP address that belongs to the network and the other part that belongs to the host. So like for example, in this part, Ali, he put 192.168.40.0. So /24 means 192.168.40 belongs to the network. That's part of the network.
Yeah.
And the .0, يعني like for example, .1, .2 until .254, these belong to each individual host on this network, basically. Yeah.
So, okay, now as the results, you can see the results. So how can I know which one is my target? So first off, this one, the IP address, which 192.168.41, which is, I mean, I'm talking about this one.
Yeah.
This is a what? Can anyone guess what is this?
The router, yeah.
The router.
Default gateway, yeah.
Default gateway,
It's called the default
fantastic.
Yeah.
And what about this one? What does this represent?
Do you think this is another router? Is it just another host? Or what do you guys, just another?
Physical address or not? Physical address or not?
Oh, no, we're still dealing with IP addresses here. These are all
the
IP addresses.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, so .2 is just another host.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
address.
Basically.
And the 3, it represents the DSCP. Okay.
Mhm.
And the 4, okay, the 4 I think is our target machine. And how do I know? Because this one is my IP address. To verify it, I can simply come here. I use fconfig. You know why I'm using this one? No, I'm using this one, right?
Yeah, you can go down.
Fconfig.
So he's trying to find his own machine's IP address in order to distinguish which one is the actual target in this case.
There you go. This is my IP address.
Yeah.
So I can come to conclusion. So this is my target. So let's try it, you know. So okay, this is my target. What's the first phase of hacking, by the way? It was to reconnaissance,
yeah.
okay? Which you gather information and etc. In my case, I know about my machine. I know what I'm dealing with. Okay, what's the second phase? Scanning. So, which tool should I use for it? Bingo. Nmap. So, I'm gonna use nmap dash C for enabling the scripting mode, and dash was it? No, yeah, it was. I think V for version, and what's the next position? What should I put?
The target.
Yes, the target IP address,
Bingo.
exactly.
So 121.68.40.
So you guys noticed that we did do two separate scans. We did the first scan to find out the live hosts on our network. So what machines are up and what are their IP addresses?
Usually when
Yeah.
you try, hack the box or CTFs, in the website they give you the IP address, right? So you will have the IP address and can use it and do the whole phases. But in my case, I don't know what I'm dealing with. I don't know what's here, what's in the network. So I just want to do quick scan to see what's here, and using this can utilize what's around me, and I'm going to target that machine. So let's go with the nmap. Did I miss anything? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we'll get. I never solved this machine yet, guys. I'm doing it with you guys. Let's see how things will go. They surprised me with the machine.
Yeah.
God knows what's...
This is a live show, so we're trying, to...
So I'm solving a
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So what are the results or the output? So, okay. I have open port, which is 22. It's a TCP, which I refer to SSH server. And the version is the latest one. It's good, good. Nothing interesting. Okay, scroll down, yeah. Then we have port 80 TCP, which is HTTP, which I assume is a web application. It's running by Apache, and in the port 2052, which is a CentOS. Interesting, because we can utilize this, maybe we can find some vulnerability in this as well. We also have a port 111, which is also, it's a RPC bind. Does anyone knows what RPC bind?
So this is a service that is open on this vulnerable machine. Do you guys know what this service does? RPC bind. I think it's a
So
bit,
it's a, you know, it's a for remote connection actually, and actually you can also utilize this to, you know, to gain access. So that's what you see bound. Then we have a 443. It's a SSL and HTTP, Apache. It's the same
HTTPS.
thing, you know. It's the same thing, which is a web application.
Yeah.
Then what?
So you
else do
guys
we
know
have?
port 80, right? Which is just simply HTTP, right? So it transfers data in plain text, which is insecure.
Yeah.
But we have 443 also. So that's the secure version of HTTP.
Okay, let me draw you what's happening now. Okay, we have open ports. What does it mean? It's like, you know, it's a house with several doors. So you can utilize these doors. You want to check which one is open, okay? And you will try each one of them to, you know, to find a way in. So it's like a gates. And each one, you know, they could be hard to get in. Some of them, no, it's easy. Some of them have the weakness and etc. So yeah. Now we have another port called 631. It's the IPP, IPP, which I don't know actually.
It's
I don't know what
it's
this,
the Internet Printing Protocol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and actually there has been a recent vulnerability regarding this service. Maybe some of you guys have heard of it, where you can actually utilize the cups. So what does this stand for? Common Unix Printing System, right? So actually you can use this open service, and there are actually publicly known like exploits that you can use against the service in order to exploit and gain access.
So yeah, well, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for the whole explaining. And we also have a MySQL. So in the background of web application, we have a database. So that's also nice. Okay, very sweet. Okay, for me, in my case, you know, I like the classic way. I just want to, you know, see the website. So I'm gonna use which port? In this case, 80. Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Port 80, which is. So let's open the web application. I've already opened it. So what I did, I just put the IP address. So let me maximize it. Yeah.
So you guys can see it's 192.168.40.4. That's the IP address that we identified in the first scan, right? So yeah, he basically just put that IP address in order to show us the actual web page here, which is a login page.
Yeah. So yeah, now what do I have? I have a username and password. It's a login page. Okay, a couple of stuff you can do first. First, try to check the source code. You know, sometimes, you know, developer they put some command, you know, comments and stuff. Maybe people they put passwords as a comment. You don't know, you know.
Yeah.
So I really want to know. Let's see, what do we have? Anything interesting? Actually, no. It starts on nothing interesting. So let's get out. So okay. So what we should do? What do you think should I do now in this case? We can try the. Yeah. So the first thing you're gonna do, you know, just try the common. Yes. Good point.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can try the common passwords. For example, you can try admin.
Yeah.
Admin. Sometimes it works actually. You know. Can you give an example? You know.
What are other default credentials that people usually?
Uri the routers. Uri the routers. What are the password for it? Admin.
Admin.
This is really bad, you know. This is really bad. So
This is why they always teach you to always change the default credentials, right? Because they are always there on the internet. Yani if you just put the router version, it will show you exactly the default credentials that are used.
So
for that router.
let's see. Let's get in. Oh, didn't work. Okay. So this didn't work. What else can I? Let me put Ali. Maybe Ali. It works. It didn't work. What else? We can try. Yeah, we can try root.
That's another common one.
to-
Root. Yeah.
It didn't work. Okay, that's nice. Now, previously we found out that, you know, there's a database in the background. So what does that mean? There's some kind of a SQL, there's some kind of SQL injection attack I can utilize. Okay, so there's a database. So I know even the version of the database. I know the type of the database. So what was the type of the database in the background? Okay, it is SQL. Okay, let's go back and show you. Where is the database? Yeah, here. If you pay attention, it was, where's the port?
Here.
Yeah, he's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
MySQL. It is MySQL. Okay, interesting. Now I know what should I do. Now I know, because there's different type of database. We have Oracle, we have a MySQL, we have a PostgreSQL. So there are different type of commands. So there's a cheat sheet for it if you can search it in Google. So let's see. I want to try it. So the common injection you can perform is the logical based one, which we already showed you guys. So first, I want to try admin. Why admin? Because maybe there's a user called admin here, and I don't know the password. So I can try admin, and then according to the SQL query, I know if I put a hyphen, is this called a hyphen?
Yeah.
Is this called?
String or yeah.
Yeah, string.
Apostrophe. Yeah.
Okay. So that's will close the quotation part now.
1 = 1.
Yeah. Now I can do this. I can say or what? 1 = 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 = 1.
So he is doing this just to figure out if there is the possibility of a SQL injection.
Okay,
And,
to
yeah.
prove, sorry.
No.
To prove, okay, this is a MySQL, not any other version. So I can try the other queries for the Oracle. For example, for Oracle, to comment something, you can do --. So if I do this, I don't know, this might work or not, I don't know. It depends. It actually depends on the version. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. Let me try. Okay, I never tried it. So what's the password? I put, I don't know, ice cream, something. I should put shawarma next time. Okay, let's try it. Didn't work. Okay, let's try this one now. Let's put admin. Okay, then I will put. Remind me, guys, please. Or 1 = 1. Hashtag, yeah. What is the hashtag? Yeah.
So last time he used --, which is for another MySQL version, but now he's trying the MySQL version of creating a comment, which is the hashtag.
So the password, I put anything. Okay. Now let's try login. Boom. Oof.
Yeah.
What I just done.
What happened now?
You're in the admin.
So he gained access.
Yeah, I am in.
Index.
So yeah, it's good. I'm in the, you can say I'm in the account, but now I'm administrator. What does that mean? Okay, we have a ping machine on the network. Okay, and we have a submit button.
Yeah, submit button.
So what does it mean, ping machine on the network? Yani, what should I put? Should I put ping? What should I put here?
No, just put address.
For the
Yes.
IP address, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's expecting as an input, it's expecting an IP address, right? In order to ping that machine, right?
Okay, I want to ping my device. What should I write? 127, yeah? Yeah, 127.0.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's another one. If I want to try other machines, so yeah. So I want to just ping myself. That's V1. So what will happen if I do it? Let's see. I want to know what will happen. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Now, if you notice, this is similar to, the command prompt. When you do a ping, Google ping something, you get a similar one. So, okay. So,
in this case, he got 3 replies, which means that his machine is connected to the network and the network interface card is working.
Okay, I want to try something. I want to try Google, for example. Let me see it. If it can work or not.
Yes, it will work.
Will it? Are you sure? 100%? Oh,
Yes.
it worked.
Correct.
So I am pinging Google.
And that's the Google IQ server.
Wow, so cool. So okay, now here's the thing. Okay, I can ping the machine, I can ping myself, I can ping anywhere. So here's the thing. You can sometimes, manipulate the inputs. So sometimes in some scenarios, developers, this is where you should be very cautious if you are a developer. They don't sanitize the input, meaning they don't filter out some special characters. So I will explain. So I want to ping, but at the same time I want to run another command. Do you get me, right? So I want to run two commands in the input. So the technique is I can use semicolon. Okay, semicolon. And what I really want to run here, because I know there's some kind of command shell is behind, according to the output I'm getting. So I can put whatever I want, yeah? So I want to put echo, I just want to print something, I want to put echo shawarma. I'm hungry, guys, sorry.
So what does echo do?
It will print your.
Yes, it will print it to the shell, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me see. Oh, it worked. So I can, so I am able to run a second command. Okay, good. So what else can I run? Okay, I want to see if the echo works. Then can I do, for example, ls? Really? ls. ls.
Mm-hmm.
Let
To
me
list
see.
the directories, yeah.
So, oh yeah, I got index.php.
Yeah, you can see them here.
And ping. Okay, let me help you. Can you see them?
Yeah.
So these, I got two files. So I know now in, okay. Now I want to try something else. I want to know, excuse me.
Yeah, just so on.
Sorry. Yeah. So I want to know the directory where I am. CD? No, I want to see my current
CD
directory.
is to change the directory. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about if I do pwd?
Yeah.
You know that, yeah? pwd, yeah.
Yeah. Present working directory, yeah. So what is my current directory that I'm
Oh,
in?
interesting. It is var whtml. It is makes sense because we are running Apache, yeah?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Okay,
Exactly.
good.
So this means that we can access the web server. Yeah, please.
Why did we use echo? I didn't really understand.
No,
Why did we use
it-
a colon?
Echo. So
Echo.
I just wanted to print something. So in Python, you type print. You say print مثلا shawarma. It types in, for example, in Java, you use system out println, right? If people take in Java.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's third year course. Yeah.
The code is injected into the code of the website itself.
Yeah, so this means the web server that's hosting this web application, yeah. So it is accepting all of these commands. It's not being sanitized. So we can use that to our advantage now.
So I want to try now, I want to check the users that exist in the shell, the target shell. So what I can do, I can say, I want to see, which is mean cat. I want to say etc. etc what? What was that? Yes.
Pass WD.
Pass WD.
So let's first check if it's in the same directory. Then we might do directory traversal. Yeah, directory traversal.
Is it txt?
No, it's just without anything.
Without anything?
Ayo.
Okay, thank you. Let's see.
Thank you, Athma.
Oh, wow. What we have here, look. Okay. Okay, we have Harlot, we have John, we have MySQL, we have NTP and etc.
For John
Yeah, so it seems there's two users that exist in the target. So John and the Harlot are using this, but we don't know who is the one who has the root access. We're gonna find out in the next phase, not now. So okay, now what I wanna do, apparently it's not sanitized the input, so I can do I want to gain control of this shell. I want to have access. Says, okay, I can be very interactive and put some commands and run everything, but I want to, you know, just gain access this shell. So in this case, I'm going to create, if I can remember, I'm going to create a reverse shell. So what is a reverse shell? Reverse shell is a two-way connection. Or shall I say, it's a network connection where the target initiates backs you know, the shell.
Yeah. So
Request.
yeah. So basically,
So
yeah. Exactly.
thank you.
Yeah.
So let's try this. I don't know. Never tried it before. Where is it? How's it? So when you have a shell, there are two languages comes to my mind. This is where things get advanced. In my mind comes Python and Bash. The strongest one that I think is the most strong is Bash. Why? Because it's a terminal, you know, it's terminal based. The terminal or shell itself, you know, is Bash based or ZSH based.
ZSH, yeah.
So, yeah. So let's try it. So I want to do it. So I want a shell. So I want a shell. Oh, it doesn't matter. I want it Bash. Let's go with a shell. And I want to make it interactive. So now things will get crazy, guys. Okay. Now then I want to redirect it and all its output and input and errors to my shell. So how can I do that? I can say I'm redirecting a file descriptors. We have three type of file descriptors. We have a file descriptor 1, 2, 3. File descriptor 0, 1, 2. 0 refers to the input standard. 1 refers to the output standard, and the 2 refers to the error standard. So let's see. Then I want to make a connection, yeah? I want to make a connection to my machine. So I can do diff and which connection I want? UDP or TCP? Which one should I go?
Based on what we saw from the scans.
Yes,
TCP.
TCP.
Exactly.
Why I cannot use UDP?
Because UDP is not reliable. It can help the
Smart. Why? UDP is only used for broadcasting, for videos, and etc. So you just, you know, spreading the connection. It's not guaranteed. But TCP is, it's a target. So I can do TCP. Now here I have to put my machine. What was my IP address? Can anyone? I don't remember.
192.168.
5.
.5, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, I have the IP address. I'm making TCP connection. And when you make a TCP connection, you need an IP and you need a port. This is where networking comes in, you know? Now everything is connected. You see, network is important, guys, take it seriously. So, you can use any port. In my case, I like 8080. I want to use 880. Then what? Then, yeah, I think I'm missing something here. I want to, you know, to make input and output connectivity between us. Or should I say I want to do input and output streaming between me and the target, so I can do something to, if I'm on the file descriptor, I think I can do 0, redirect to the and 1. So this is my, you know, let me show it to you. This is my payload. If you're wondering what's it called, it's called payload that I'm trying to do reverse shell. So let me open this for you.
What does 8080 represent?
8080 is the port that he's trying to connect to. Yeah.
So
It's usually used as a backup to port 80. But in this case, since this website is using port 80, he can use 8080 because it's free. It's a free port. There's no service on it. So yeah.
So this is how my payload looks like. So I'm trying to have a shell, make it interactive. Then I'm redirecting it to my connection, which is my machine with my IP address in the port 8080. Then I'm gonna make sure I can put my inputs, I can receive the output from his machine.
Yeah.
So basically, guys, this is called bash scripting. For the cybersecurity people, you will have it on 4th year. Scripting.
Scripting and cybersecurity. Yeah.
Good morning.
Unfortunately, most of the interesting courses are in the 4th year. So.
Okay, let's see. I don't know if this can work. I don't know. Let's see. First time, finger crossed. Okay, okay. It worked, but there's a problem. Do you know what's the problem, guys? I'm not listening to the port 8080. That's my problem. So there's a trick. There's a tool that can help me for this, you know?
So you guys know what the actual issue is, right? So he is sending a connection request to port 8080. But okay, for example, if I am talking to you now and there's no one listening, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So when you are connecting to someone, i.e. you're talking to someone, you need someone to listen back. That's exactly what he's going to do
my
now.
payload is in a port for 8080. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make netcat and can everyone see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So make it NVLP in a port 8080. So now I'm listening. Let's try the.
So he's listening on port 8080 for any incoming connection requests.
Okay, let's try it.
NVLP will let us to listen.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. And VLP will let you listen on
These
any
are the
port.
flags for listening, for etc. That's an advanced topic for I cannot explain.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, I clicked it. Oops, I got the access.
Yeah. So you guys
I
see
mean-
here, he was listening on port 8080, and then when he submitted that bash, when he submitted that request, it connected to 192.168.40.5, which is his machine, from 192.168 because it's basically, this is the victim machine. This is the victim machine right here.
So do you know what is this? This is the same command. It showed me the ping.
Yeah.
You know? Do you know which one I'm referring to? Let me show you. It refers to this one. You know, the white one with the pink one. You know, this is the same one.
Yeah.
So now I have the full access. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I can do now, for example, echo.
So now he is interacting directly with the web server.
Okay.
He has a shell on the.
I want to
the
put,
website.
I want to print shawarma first, please. Okay.
You even wrote it wrong here.
Excuse me. Okay. Then I can gather information if I want. You know, I can do ls. Excuse me. I can do ls. Try to find the hidden ones. Okay. There's no hidden one.
These are the actual directives.
You can, I remember, you can edit the DRWXR, right?
Yes. So you're referring to the, so these are the permissions. So basically, if you have a D in the beginning, this means that this is a folder.
But
right?
you know, okay, you think I can change it, but do you think, can I do it now?
You have to switch to root.
Yes. I don't have
Exactly.
a root access.
Yes.
Okay, it's fine. I am the user now. I am using it, but I don't have a root access.
Get the password for the root.
So basically, this is where we're gonna stop, because I was discussing with the team, and I don't want to go forward. So I'm in which phase now? I'm in phase gain access. So here's the thing. I want you to do the lab and do the next next phase, which is what? Privilege
escalation.
Where you become a root. I just showed you like 75% of solution. What do you think, guys? How was it?
Cool. Fantastic.
That was cool?
Yeah, but I always kept listening to reverse, but I never saw it in
Exactly.
Because you were not listening, yeah? You have to listen. Pay attention. Okay, so I think that's conclude the whole session. Well, how was it, guys? How was it? This, okay, basically this is my job as a penetration tester, if you wonder. This is my job. And honestly, it's fun. It's not boring. Because, you know, gather information, secret password, and try to find the vulnerability. But again, disclaimer, do not use these type of skills anywhere, with anyone, with your siblings, with your, I don't know, neighbors. Don't try it at home.
Unless you have permission.
Unless you have authorized
Yes.
permission.
Written consent, like I mentioned in the last lecture.
You know, for him, he can do whatever he wants because he's my brother, by the way. And he steals, he knows my password for everything, so he's an internal hacker. And external hackers. A real Nestor if you want it. So yeah, thank you for coming. And if you want to continue with the box, please feel free. If any question, come to see me, come to see him, come to see, he's not here, come to see Muhammad. So yeah.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.